All right, guys, how's it going? Right, now listen, just to be completely honest with you and for transparency, this is very, very important. I got some sausages in the air fryer in there. And in my last video that you might have heard the bleep, 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 right? So I went to check on them and they're not ready. I put them in for 5 more minutes and they're in there. And you might hear it bleep, bleep, bleep again, which means my focus might change a little bit. So let's get through this very quickly. Next time you do a video, in fact, every video you do, put the fucking air fryer on and then we don't have to sit here for half an hour. Right, this video is going to be about Jamie Carragher, right? And his comments about Trent Alexander-Arnold in a column for the Telegraph, right? Now, I went to the Telegraph to read this article and it said, oh, register free and you can read the article. I've already got credentials for the Telegraph, so I logged in and it still won't let me view the article. I don't know if they wanted me to pay for something. I'm not really sure. But my friend was saying to me, if you get the URL and copy and paste it into a website called archive.ph, but not at the top of the site, the bottom, he said, right, it will open it up and you can read it. It's amazing, that, isn't it? I wonder if it works. Anyway, he was saying as well that you can do that with the Athletic, the Times, anything like behind one of the big paywalls. It's amazing, isn't it, technology today? You'll have to let me know if it works. Anyway, I've got some quotes that were sent to me by someone in the industry. And it's an article written by Jamie Carragher. Now, listen, I'm not really interested in what Jamie Carragher got to say about Liverpool. I've got to be honest with you. As a player for Liverpool, absolutely loved him. My kind of player. You know, it wasn't the greatest player in the world, but he's what I want from a Liverpool player. Like, he'd run through a brick wall for the club, like fucking getting stuck in and all that. Do you know what I mean? My kind of player. Loved him as a player. When he started doing the Sky Sports thing with Gary Cotton Neville, it was quite funny at first when they started bantering and all that, you know, that rivalry and stuff. But today, it's saturated, right? Whenever Sky Sports News is on, the TV's behind here. I don't really watch Sky Sports News very often, I've got to be honest with you. But when I stumble on it, or if even it's social media, some video clip, it's always Neville and Carragher fucking pretending not to like each other and all. It's just too much for me, do you know what I mean? It's just become fake, right? So I'm not really interested. However, I'm interested in what he's got to say about this contract situation because Jamie Carragher is, I don't want to use the words close because that might not be appropriate. I can't judge how close he is to the people that could possibly be in his head, right, in his ear. But I know that there's a relationship there, a friendship there, right? But we've all got friends of different levels, right? So I'm not trying to imply that it's real close, but there's a friendship there, definitely. So when I saw that he'd done this article and he was talking about the contract situation, especially Trent, you go through the article to try and pick out the mood of where he's getting his opinion from. Now, in the article, he's obviously getting a lot of the opinion from being a player, from his experiences with Steven Gerrard, which we'll come to in a minute, when he was, you know, how the fans were unhappy with Gerrard at one point when it came to he could possibly leave the club and stuff like that. But I also feel that there's some knowledge in the article, some genuine knowledge, and not just opinion that's being formed because, oh, I think this is going to happen or whatever. What I'm trying to say here to you is I would pay attention to Jamie Carragher when he's talking about when he's talking about things like contract situations that would be handled by Richard Hughes with oversight from Michael Edwards, those kind of people. His issues on other things, maybe to do with Arne Slot, his tactics and that, they're all personal opinions. Just trust me with this one, all right? So, in this article, it's titled, you might want to Google this, My Instinct is Trent Alexander-Arnold Wants a Change, but leaving Liverpool comes with a price, right? Now, you might want to Google that, because you might want to paste the URL into that archive.ph to let me know if it works. Anyway, in the article, I'm not going to read all the article to you, but I've had some quotes sent to me, and I just want to, go through these with you. As a local lad, you are always treated differently. We saw it with Steven Gerrard. Even contemplating leaving for Chelsea on 2 occasions in his career temporarily damaged his relationship with Liverpool fans. Was it fair? It was simply the reality with a passionate tribal fan base, and our fan base can be fucking tribal, there's no doubt about that. That is the biggest issue for Trent, the free transfer. As with Maka, the supporters will feel that the club are losing an £80 million player for nothing, and they will not like it. My advice to Trent would be to sign a new deal with a reasonable buyout clause that will give the club some value if Real or anyone else decide to meet it. I don't think Real Madrid come for Trent if he's got a 70, 80 million pound valuation. Real Madrid are considering it. We know that there's a split in Madrid, based on whether he's actually a very good defender. They like him going forward, whatever, his attacking side of things. But he's still a free player. He's still an outstanding player. What club in the world would not consider Trent Alexander-Arnold? So we know that there's interest there, but I really don't think Real Madrid would break the bank to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold under contract. The fans' attitude towards Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk, both also out of contract in the summer, is not the same as it is for Trent. There are lots of reasons for that, but a big part of that is the local boy factor. The feeling is that playing for Liverpool should be the ultimate ambition for a Liverpool lad. It was that way for Macca, Michael, Stevie and myself, and it will be the same for Trent and Curtis Jones. I expect the two older players to renew. When they do so, the pressure will increase on Trent. He will have noticed that, unlike Salah, there is no banner in the Kop demanding that Trent's wage demands are met. My instinct is that Trent fancies a change. Now, my instinct, I think that's the bit that someone that I think that he's close, that he has a relationship with, has made that to him. It could be just his opinion, but I think that his instinct's coming from elsewhere. You don't have to agree with me. You make your own decision. He does not live on Merseyside, as is the case with many of the team, and he seems to have the taste for something different. That is his prerogative, but it also comes with its price. If he leaves for free in the summer, it will be hard for many Liverpool fans to accept the loss of a major asset for nothing. The club is their world, and many of us see no reason why Liverpool could not go on to compete for the very biggest trophies under Slot. Of course, life at Real is pretty good too, and Trent may well accept the consequences at Liverpool for a move to Madrid. But at heart, he is a Liverpool lad, and he will be a long time retired. For those who stay the course at Liverpool, that love and affection from the fans is for life. I like that by Jamie saying that there. I do believe that the bit there where it says Trent may well accept the consequences at Liverpool for a move to Madrid is something that I've spoken about quite a lot in my live streams and my other videos. And if you've picked up on it, you might understand what I mean. There are consequences for leaving Liverpool Football Club if you're from the city, right? There's a lot of people in the city. You've got your ordinary fans like you and me. You've got a lot of business people, legitimate business people, alternative business people. You've obviously got influence of family, friends. There'll be so much pressure will be on Trent. So there are consequences. And it's how you judge the way he handled his exit. If he was to leave Liverpool, if he was to leave Liverpool, and that's if Real Madrid come in, right? So if he leaves in January, some people might go, well, at least we got some money for him. He didn't leave on a free, right? But then if he leaves mid-season, he's walking out mid-season. If Liverpool imploded or something went wrong, it'd be his fault forever. And it would be unbearable consequences, right? Consequences for him. If he leaves at the end of the season, he stayed with Liverpool and helped us do whatever we might achieve, but then he left on a free, or he leaves on a free. If he leaves, if Real Madrid come in for him, and then there's another side of consequences. So this player, whether you give any sympathy or not, he would be under so much pressure. And I think that pressure is building all the time now, because we're getting to the end of the year. The other two are obviously going to sign contracts, like Jamie Carragher is saying here, and that will put more pressure on him. Oh, that you haven't signed your fucking contract, If it goes into January, the fan base, it will get very bitter. Not my words. If it goes into January, it's not resolved, it'll get very bitter. So he must be in a situation now where he's like, we're going to have to sort this out, and he's waiting for Real Madrid. That's my opinion. He's waiting for Real Madrid. The latest claim from Madrid on Sunday gone was that Real Madrid had asked him and the other defender in Germany, the left back, don't sign new contracts. Because if you sign new contracts, this is months ago, by the way, months and months and months ago, don't renew, because if you renew, then the door's closed, But if we can make something happen, maybe, if we need to do that, then if the doors you open and you haven't signed anything, then maybe we can look at that possibility. And will Bellingham have fed that to him? Do you know what I mean? Like, because people go, they're not allowed to talk to him until January 1st, right? So all of that's going on, right? We said in the summer, watch him extend till the end of the fucking year, right? Not that, it's just opinions and shit like that. And that's what's happened, right? But it's getting to the end of the year now. And Real Madrid have to make a decision whether to make this approach or not. And that, again, has been another message from Spain. You know that I review the Spanish dailies for you every day, right? The Spanish print media. Not because we take what they say as gospel, but just to get the vibe, the mood, see what they claim. And also to show you how many times he's been in the media there. Because the Liverpool clique of journalists want you to think that he's in the paper every day with Real Madrid. But when I started reviewing the papers again, those claims stopped, right? So since we played them in the Champions League, he's been mentioned twice, right? Once, and one of those was on match day. So, and the other was recently. And that was only a journalist saying it's time that, Real Madrid have to make a decision internally because they're split as to what they should do. They would like to recruit him, but is he a great defender? There are other defenders, it would appear, that they would prefer in that position, but they come with a price. Trent doesn't, or there would be a big signing on for him. So Trent's got all this whirling round in his fucking head. He must be thinking, right, what's going on? Now, if Real Madrid don't move for him, he obviously signs a new deal with Liverpool. He ain't going anywhere else. And he's going to say, I never play out my contract negotiations in public. We know all that, right? As I was going to stay here, I'm in red. Right? We know all that. There's nothing wrong with it if he wants to go somewhere else. Right? You know what I mean? Just be honest. It's fine. I don't give a fuck. I want the other two to sign more, to be honest with you. I'd rather he stays, but it's so obvious why they've dragged it out. I don't think it's about money, guys, and all that. I really don't. It becomes about money if Real Madrid don't come in, right? Because then the agent will go, right, well, we need to get the best deal. So, I think I've kind of gone over what I wanted to say there. Like I say, I like Jamie Carragher, but I'm just not really interested too much, to be honest, because I just get a bit sick of all that. And his old man, I spoke to him on the blower before, when Jamie was playing for Liverpool, and they sent some stuff for my son, Rob, when he was a young lad. And I never forget stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So I like to be transparent as to whether I like someone or dislike. I don't dislike anyone, to be honest with you. It's just, I don't know. Some of you older guys might understand, you get a bit fucking sick of it all the time. So, but I would pay attention to anything that Steve McManaman or Jamie Carragher say about the contract negotiations regarding those three players. And in particular, Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? You might not want to pay attention to them about anything else, but certainly regarding contract negotiations. So if you see Steve McManaman on TV doing any of his, half-time commentary or analysis or something, and he's asked, what do you reckon? Do you reckon this will happen? I would look at it as from a point of that Carragher and McManaman are influenced or might have opinions because of the people working on the deals on behalf of the club. So I'm not saying listen to them two because Trent's camp or whatever. I'm saying it from the other side, right? Those are my opinions. It's up to you. You know what I mean? You make your own opinions anyway. But that's what I do, all right? So that's why I paid attention to Jamie Carragher today, all right? I think I've conveyed what I wanted to in that video. The good thing is it'll be resolved soon, one way or the other. So yeah, I haven't reviewed the Spanish football dailies today. I'm going to take a look at those for you now. If you appreciate this video, it doesn't mean you agree with me, but if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment if you've got an opinion on this. And if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, hit the super thanks button. It's love out under the video, and I'll give you a shout out in my next morning briefing. So, all right, guys, have a great fucking weekend. All right, now the sausages are ready out there. Right, I'm off. I'll speak to you in a bit. All right.